This video is sponsored by Breeze Travel.
The Dreamliner saved Boeing, but one variant nearly destroyed one of their most loyal markets. It was designed for Japan, promised to Japan, and then abandoned. What happened next reshaped the balance of power in Asia's skies. This is the story of Boeing's forgotten Dreamliner variant and the mistake they're still paying for today. It's April 2004. Boeing announces the 787 Dreamliner program, later renamed the 787 program. The goal to replace airlines' aging 747 and 767 fleets. This wasn't just another airline. Revolutionary composite fuselage, 20% better fuel efficiency, higher cabin pressure, better humidity, massive windows. Boeing promised to open new city pairs that were never profitable before. But here's where Boeing got ambitious. They planned an entire family. 7873 for high-density short to medium-haul flights, 7878 for thin long-haul routes, and the 7879 for high-capacity long-haul routes. The 7873 was different, though. It wasn't really designed for the world. It was designed specifically for Japan, and it was popular in the country. Fast ANA became the launch customer in April 2004, 50 Dreamliners, 30 short-range 7873S and 20 long-haul 7878IS. Why such specific numbers? Japan had unique needs that no other country shares. Dense domestic routes carrying massive passenger loads, incredibly short distances. Tokyo to Osaka, 300 meters. Haneda to Sapporo, 500 meters. Millions of passengers per year. The 7873 was Japan's perfect solution. Around 300 seats up to 312,000 nautical mile range, smaller wingspan to fit airports' gates, high capacity, short range, quick turnarounds. But before we go into the details about how popular the 7873 was in Japan, first a word from our sponsor, Breeze Travel, the super app that's revolutionizing how we plan and enjoy trips. If you've ever juggled multiple apps for bookings, navigation, or staying connected abroad, Breeze Travel puts it all under one umbrella, making travel truly frictionless. With Breeze, you can handle everything from trip planning to itineraries to rides, dining recommendations, experiences, journaling, and even carbon offsets. It automatically pulls in your flights for a single dashboard view, plus personalized activity suggestions. Upon arrival, get instantly connected with affordable EIMs. No more roaming fees or hunting for Wi-Fi. And here's a special deal for you as a viewer of Plane Curious. Use our code PlaneCurious at checkout and get 50% off an EIM. Download Breeze today from the App Store or Google Play and start planning your next adventure. Use the on-screen QR code now or use the link in the description. Now, on with the video. But Boeing's confidence came from something deeper than market research. 50 years of strong Japanese loyalty. The thing was, Boeing owned Japan like no other market in the world. JAL and ANA, they weren't just customers. They were Boeing-only airlines. 727S dominated the 1970s. When Japan needed high-capacity domestic aircraft, Boeing built the 747SR specifically for them. Later models of the 747SR carried an insane 550 passengers on routes of 200 miles. As time went on, the 767 became Japan's backbone through the 1980s and 90s. This wasn't just business. This was the foundation of one of Boeing's most profitable international markets. By 2004, flying wide bodies in Japan meant flying Boeing. ANA and JAL weren't just buying the 7873, they were partners in developing it. Cabin specifications, operational requirements, gate constraints. This was supposed to cement Boeing's Japanese dominance for another generation. Then everything collapsed. Boeing's revolutionary manufacturing plan outsourced major components worldwide. Wings from Japan, fuselage from Italy, tail from South Korea. Build the future of aviation through global partnerships. It was a disaster. supply chain chaos, integration nightmares, quality control failures. Here's where the betrayal deepened. Boeing promised Japan the 787-3 while diverting Japanese suppliers' resources, including Mitsubishi Heavy Industries wing production, to prioritize 7878 and 7879 manufacturing. Japan was building the wings for aircrafts its airlines couldn't buy. The 787 program ended up slipping from 2008 to 2009, then 2010, then 2011. But here's what Boeing didn't realize. While it struggled with delays, Japan's airlines were still counting on their special variants. When resources got scarce, Boeing prioritized the 7878 and 7879 variants with global appeal. The 787-3 with its narrow Japanese market got pushed aside. Boeing kept promising Japan it was coming. Internally, priorities had shifted. Then, while Boeing struggled, the 2008 financial crisis changed everything. Airlines stopped ordering for growth and started optimizing existing fleets. Japanese airlines looked at their 7873 orders differently. Those 30 high-capacity, short-range aircraft that seemed essential in 2004. By 2009, they looked like expensive overkill. The economics had fundamentally changed. The 787's advanced technology came with high costs. For long-haul routes where fuel efficiency mattered most, the premium was worth it. But for 300-mile domestic sectors in Japan, you were paying Dreamliner prices for regional missions. Yet, Boeing still hadn't told its most loyal customers the truth. 2010, Boeing quietly canceled the 7873, no fanfare. Japanese airlines had planned entire fleet renewals around an aircraft that would never exist. This wasn't just a product cancellation for Japan. This felt like a betrayal of 50 years of exclusive partnership. Boeing had taken their money, their technical input, and their unwavering loyalty, then abandoned them when their priorities shifted. ANA converted their 7873 orders to 7878. JAL, facing bankruptcy, restructured everything. Boeing's most loyal customers felt betrayed, and Airbus, they were ready to step in. Airbus had tried cracking Japan for decades and it had some success, but nothing compared to Boeing. Suddenly, that wall cracked. JAL shocked the industry in 2013, ordering 31 Airbus A350s plus options for a further 25 aircraft. This wasn't just diversification, it was a symbolic rejection of Boeing's broken promises, signaling to the industry that even Boeing's strongest fortress was vulnerable. 2024 brought another breakthrough. JAL ordered 11 A321neos, breaking into Boeing's single-aisle dominance within the airline. Airbus wasn't just getting a foothold, they were becoming a major player. While Boeing fumbled the 7873, Airbus was developing their own forgotten variant, the A350-800, smallest member of the A350 family. Like the 7873, it attracted initial interest, then watched airlines cancel orders, switching to the larger A35900 instead. But here's the crucial difference. Airbus recognized failure quickly and cut losses. They canceled the A350-800 early and developed more successful variants. Boeing let the 7873 drag on for years, disappointing customers. When it finally canceled, they'd already lost their most important market. Both aircraft, they fell into the middle of the market trap. Too expensive for short haul, too small for efficient long haul. The gap didn't disappear. It was filled by the A321neo family, especially the A321LR and A321XLR. Single-aisle economics with extended range capability, lower costs, simpler operations, but efficient enough for medium-haul missions. Boeing had nothing to compete. Their 737 MAX couldn't match the A321's range and capacity. Their 7878 was overkill. They'd created a gap in their own product line and Airbus filled it. What makes this even more painful for Boeing? Well, they could have owned this market. The consequences are still playing out today. Boeing's Northeast Asia market share declined. JAL now operates both A350S and 787S on routes the 787-3 was supposed to dominate. ANA has ordered A321neo and A321XLRS, exactly the missions the 787-3 should have served. Japanese airlines no longer see Boeing as their exclusive partner. They see them as one option among others. The pragmatic shift is complete. This wasn't just product failure. This was a strategic misstep. Boeing had everything: 50 years of exclusive relationships, complete customer trust, a market tailor-made for high-capacity, short-range aircraft. All it had to do was deliver what they promised. Instead, it chose short-term program management over long-term relationships. Boeing overpromised, underdelivered, then abandoned its most loyal customers when things got difficult. It let false hope linger for years, then canceled without adequate alternatives. Now, fast forward to 2025 and the damage is crystal clear. Then we need to talk about the middle of the market gap Boeing created by canceling the 787-3. Although different for now, Airbus has basically filled it completely with the A321XLR. Airlines now have efficient mid to long-range narrow bodies, serving exactly the missions Boeing abandoned. Boeing's lack of an A321XLR competitor, it means the middle market gap exposed by the 787-3's failure now affects Boeing globally. As airlines worldwide adopt Airbus's A321neo family for similar missions. Boeing's response: they still don't have an A321XLR competitor. They're talking about new development, but that's years away. Meanwhile, Airbus takes orders for missions Boeing could have owned. The 787 is generally considered successful. It revolutionized long-haul aviation, opened new routes, set new passenger comfort standards. But the 787-3's failure reveals the hidden cost. Boeing won the technology battle, but lost the relationship war. The 787-3 was more than a canceled variant. It was Boeing's biggest strategic misstep in its most important market. The trust broken in Japan exposed a fundamental weakness in Boeing's approach to customer relationships, one that continues to cost them market share globally. 20 years later, Boeing is still paying the price through the middle market gap that Airbus now dominates worldwide. Airbus learned what Boeing forgot. Sometimes the most expensive failure, it isn't the aircraft you build wrong. It's the promise you break to your most loyal customer. Thanks again to Breeze Travel for sponsoring this video. Don't forget, use code PLANECURIOUS for 50% off an EIM. Perfect for your next trip. Download the app today using the link in the description or the QR code on screen. Breeze makes travel simple. Hey, before you go, the YouTube algorithm thinks you're going to like this video next, so why not check it out?